Hello, my name is Bhushan Nitin Waghire, and in this PPT, I am going to explain about solid state batteries, sodium ion batteries, and hybrid energy storage system used in the electrical vehicle technology. Now, moving to the next slide, let's have an introduction about the solid state batteries. Well, a solid state battery is an electrical battery that uses a solid electrolyte to conduct ions between the electrodes instead of liquid or gel polymer electrolytes found in conventional batteries. So, well, in these solid state batteries, the electrolyte which is found to be in liquid state in another batteries like lead acid cell or lithium ion batteries. In solid state batteries, it is made up of the solid. Uh, that's why it is called as a solid state batteries also. Solid state batteries theoretically offer much higher energy density than the typical lithium ion or lithium polymer batteries. Mhm. If we talk about the energy density, the solid state batteries have higher energy density than the lithium ion batteries. Solid state batteries can also use metallic lithium for the anode and oxides or sulfides for the cathode. So in the solid state batteries, we know that in the battery there are two electrodes, anode and cathode. So in this particular battery, the anode can be made up of metallic lithium and ox and cathode can be made up of oxides or sulfides, which can increase the density. The solid electrolyte present in between the two electrodes acts as a ideal separator that allows only lithium ions to pass through. For that reason, solid state batteries can potentially solve many problems of currently used liquid electrolyte lithium ion batteries. Let's have some historical perspective about the batteries. Um, Between 1831 and 1834, Michael Faraday discovered the solid electrolyte silver sulfide and lead fluoride, which laid the foundation for the solid state ionics. So this is just a short historical perspective that the Michael Faraday discovered the electrolytic, which is made up of silver sulfide and the lead fluoride, which was the initial foundation for the solid state ionics. Actually, there are many more historical history about the solid state batteries, but I have not much focused on that particular topic. Now, how this is used in the electrical vehicle technology. Now we have seen that there are multiple types of electrical vehicles. Now in hybrid and plug-in electrical vehicles have used a variety of battery technologies. These two particular types, which are hybrid and plug-in electric vehicles, that is HEV and PHEV, have used different type of battery technology, including lead acid, metal nickel hydride, lithium ion, and electric double layer capacitor, which is also called as ultra capacitor. So we know that these all type of batteries uses liquid or gel electrolyte which is present between the anode and the cathode. But in this particular battery, the solid electrolyte is present. Nowadays, with lithium ion batteries dominating the market due to their superior energy density, solid state batteries are desirable due to their lighter weight and higher energy density compared to batteries with liquid electrolyte, which can potentially increase a vehicle's range, reduce cost, and reduce curb weight, all of which are major challenges with current electric vehicles. So nowadays, in the market, there is much more preferable lithium-ion batteries, which are nowadays dominating the market. But solid-state batteries can be desirable as they are lighting weight. They provide the higher energy density compared to the liquid electrolyte batteries, which can be also useful to increase the vehicle's range, reduce the cost, and reduce curb weight. All of which are nowadays Major challenges which electric vehicle technology is facing. Now, the other application of solid state batteries are they are used in the industrial machinery. All the solid state batteries have long lifespan and excellent heat resistance. Therefore, it is expected to be used in harsh environment. Production of Maxell's all solid state batteries for use in industrial machinery has already begun. So solid state batteries have long lifespan and excellent heat resistance as the solid electrolyte is used. Therefore, it is expected to use in harsh environment. Means it can be desirable where the more heat is present. There at this particular place, the solid state batteries can also work proficiently. Now, talking about the drones, solid state batteries being lighter weight and more powerful than traditional lithium ion batteries, it is reasonable that commercial drones would benefit from them. So, as we have discussed in the previous slides, solid state batteries are light in weight and they also provide the higher energy density, so they can be much more useful in the drones. Now, equipment in space. Now, this is just about some information. In March 2021, industrial manufacturer Hitachi Zosen Corporation they announced a solid state battery. They claim has one of the highest capacity in the industry and has a wider operation temperature range, potentially suitable for harsh environment like space. We have already discussed in industrial machinery topic that it can work well in the s- area where the large amount of heat or high degree heat is present. So it can be used in equipment with space material. Now moving to the next slide, let's talk about the challenges faced above by the solid state batteries. Now the first challenge, or we can say the disadvantage, is cost. Thin film solid state batteries are expensive to make and employ manufacturing processes thought to be difficult to scale, requiring expensive vacuum deposition equipment. As a result, cost for thin film solid state batteries become a prohibitive in consumer based application. So the manufacturing of solid state batteries is expensive. They are expensive to make. They require a expensive vacuum deposition equipment. So therefore, the cost of a thin film solid state battery also increases and it becomes a prohibitive in consumer based applications. The second disadvantage or challenge is temperature and pressure sensitivity. Low temperature operations may be expensive, may be challenging. Low temperature operations are challenging for the solid state batteries. Solid state batteries historically have had poor performance where so in if we talk about solid state batteries in pressure sensitivity, uh, the electrolyte which is present in these particular batteries are ceramic, uh, which require high pressure to maintain the contact with the electrodes. Solid state batteries with ceramic separators are may break from the mechanical stress. Moving to the next slide, let's talk about the advantages. The first advantage is improve energy density. Solid state batteries offer the potential for significantly higher energy densities compared to traditional lithium ion batteries. The entire credit goes to the solid electrolyte, which improves the efficiency as it allows only the lithium ion to pass through electrolyte. So the solid state batteries offer the good and higher energy density as compared to the lithium ion batteries or the traditional batteries. Increase of the second is increase of safety and thermal stability. One significant advantage of solid state batteries is their improved safety profile. Solid electrolyte greatly reduces the risk of thermal runaway, a primary cause of battery fires. So it provides a safety. There is very less chances, or it has reduced the risk than the traditional batteries to catch up a fire, as it provides a good thermal stability. Then faster charging and improved space efficiency. The solid electrolyte and lithium metal anode combination enables faster ion transfer, which can reduce charging time compared to lithium ion batteries. The solid state batteries consumes less time to get charged than the lithium ion batteries. Let's move to the next topic of today's presentation, sodium ion batteries. Let's have a short introduction about it. Solid state batteries, NIBs, SIBs or any ion batteries are several type of rechargeable batteries which use sodium ion Na plus their charge carrier. In some cases, its working principle and cell construction are similar to those of the lithium ion batteries, but it replaces lithium with sodium as the intercalating ion. Sodium belongs to the same group in the periodic table as lithium ion and thus has similar chemical properties. However, in some cases, such as aqueous batteries, SIBs can be quite different from the LIBs. So basically, sodium ion batteries are nothing but a type of the rechargeable battery which uses the sodium ion, that which is Na plus as their charge carrier. In some cases, its working as well as the cell construction is similar to the lithium ion batteries, uh, but it replaces lithium with sodium as the intercalating ion. See, the sodium as well as the lithium have the same chemical properties as they belongs to the same group in the periodic table. But in some cases, in case of the aqueous batteries, the SIVs can be quite different from the LIVs. Means there are some of the cases, some exceptional cases where there is a particular use of the sodium ion batteries or the lithium ion batteries. Even though they belongs to the same group, it is not compulsory that they both have the same applications. Now let's understand the operating principle of the sodium ion batteries. It consists of a cathode which is based on the sodium based material, and the anode which is not necessary a sodium based material, and a liquid electrolyte containing dissociated sodium salts in polar protic or aprotic solvents. During charging, sodium ions move from the cathode to the anode while electrons travel through the external circuit during discharge. The reverse process occurs. See, if we talk about the chemical composition of the sodium ion batteries, it consists a cathode which is based on the sodium based material, and anode, it is not necessary that should be a sodium based material. A liquid electrolyte should be present between the two electrodes. Uh, while the battery is charging, the sodium ions move from the cathode to the anode while electrons travel through the external circuit, and the exact reverse process will occur during the discharging process. Now let's see which materials can be used. Now, if we talk about the anode, then carbon, graphene, carbon arsenide, metals, and metal alloys can be used. And in case of the cathodes, oxides and oxo anions can be used. Now, let's compare it with the traditional lithium ion batteries. Sodium ion batteries have several advantages over competing battery technology compared to the lithium ion batteries. Sodium ion batteries have somewhat lower cost, better safety characteristic for the aqueous versions, and similar power delivery characteristic, but also a lower energy density the aqueous in especially the aqueous versions. See, the sodium ion batteries have the multiple advantages over the lithium ion batteries. Sodium ion batteries have low cost. They provide the better safety as compared to lithium ion, and they can also deliver the similar power, but deliver they provide a lower energy density, especially for the aqueous versions. Now coming to our third part of today's presentation, which is hybrid energy storage system. In short, it is written as HESS. Now, now talking about the hybrid energy storage system, let's have an introduction about it. HESS combines two or more different types of energy storage technologies to take advantage of the strengths of each while compensating for their weaknesses. These systems are crucial in applications where a single type of energy storage isn't sufficient to meet all performances, cost, or durability needs, especially in renewable energy systems, electric vehicles, and smart grids. So, HESS is nothing but it combines the two or different forms of energy. For example, it combines the solar energy, coal, and we can say in shortly the sustainable, the energy sources uh, develop towards the sustainable goals. These systems are crucial in applications where a single type of energy storage isn't sufficient to meet all the performances. So basically, it is used where the multiple sources of energy is required to meet the performances of a particular system and the cost and the durability needs, especially in the renewable energy systems, EVs, and the smart grids. Then why use hybrid energy storage? Each storage technology has its pros and cons. For instance, batteries. Let's take a example of lithium ion. It is good for energy capacity, but slower response and limited cycle life. Now, in supercapacitor, it provides the high power density and fast response, but it has but low energy density. See, this can be confusing about high power density and low energy density. Then flywheel or fuel cells can be used for specific application with unique demands. So moving to the next, by combining them means by combining all of these, it provides the better power and energy management, extended system lifespan, improve efficiency and the cost optimization. Now let's see the components of the hybrid energy storage system. Energy storage devices means the devices in which we can store the energy, batteries and the supercapacitors, power electronic converters. It can be DC to DC or DC to AC converters to manage the different voltage levels. Energy management system EMS which is the brain of the system, optimizing the power flow between the source and the load. Control algorithm strategies like rule-based fuzzy logic, neural networks, etc. to ensure efficient operation. Now the advantages: improve system reliability and stability, enhance power stability. As it is the combination of various energy, it provides the enhanced power quality, then reduction in energy cost, better life cycle management of storage devices, faster response to dynamic load demands. Then application, it can be used in the EVs and hybrid electric vehicles, balance between power and energy requirements, renewable energy integration, smooths intermittent power from the solar or wind, microgrids and smart grids, improves the reliability and the quality of the power, uninterrupted power supplies, it provides backup and manage load fluctuations. The supply is uninterruptible, which provides the backup and also the load fluctuations. Okay, that's all. Thank you.